Welcome back to the 2024 Prevagen U.S. Figure Skating Championships here in Columbus, Ohio. And tonight, a new or repeat champion will be named in the women's discipline. We are about to begin the women's long program here at Nationwide Arena. I am one of your hosts, three-time U.S. national champion, Ashley Wagner, and I am joined here by the one, the only,
Adam Rippon.
And what'd you do?
I also won U.S. Nationals.
And together, we are very qualified to talk about the women's event.
We really, you even more so. You are a former champion of this exact event that we are calling tonight. And you're right. There will either be a repeat champion or there will be a new ladies champion crowned tonight. Ashley, what is on the line?
Oh my God. Well, first of all, that short program was so fun and exciting to watch. It is going to be a head-to-head competition. Amber Glenn versus Isabeau Levito. Isabeau looking to repeat national titles back-to-back. That is such a difficult position for her to be in, and Amber has been on the cusp of greatness season after season, and everyone has been telling her it's time, it's your year, and she knows it. And it is right within her grasp. They are less than a point apart from each other after that short program, and it's going to come down to the technical elements. Amber has a triple axel plan. It's been fabulous in practice. We watched her this morning on her 20-minute warm-up, and she was just nailing them. Isabeau was not at that practice, opting to practice elsewhere. That being said,
from Williston, Vermont,
it's going to be a crazy event. The last back-to-back champion that we had was Elyce.
That is right. The last back-to-back champion we had was Elyce, but you've also won back-to-back titles.
Yes, and it's a really difficult position to come into because when you win your first national title, it's so exciting. And not that it's a surprise, but it is a little bit. You have everything to gain when you're going after your first national title, but when you come in and you're trying to defend a title, you have everything to lose.
So what do you think Isabeau's mindset is tonight for the free skate?
I mean, she's such a technically reliable skater. She really does just need to go out and do her job. She has had a season that has started to kind of, we've seen her falter a little bit. Not much. I mean, for Isabeau, she is all about consistency. And if she goes out and delivers a really strong program, she's going to be set up very well. That being said, Amber Glenn's technical base value is around 6 points higher than what Isabeau has planned. And if Amber just pulls in and rotates a triple axel, she is still set up to gain more points in that free skate, even if she falls, than Isabeau.
And, you know, in this women's free skate, there's going to be 7 total jump elements. One of them must be an axel jump. You're going to look for that triple axel from Amber Glenn later tonight. There's going to be up to 3 combination or sequence jumps. There's going to be 3 spins, 1 step sequence, and 1 choreographic sequence.
The first group of women on the ice here about to begin.
And Shen.
So as these women get started with their warm-up, Adam, what do we expect to see from the top women in this event?
Well, from the top women in this event, I think that we are going to have to see some clean skates to end up on the podium. You know, your benchmark scores for the free skate, a good score is 130 in the 120 to 130 range, a great score is in the 130 to 140 range, and an excellent, phenomenal free skate, 140 plus. We're definitely going to want to see some 140 plus free skates to end up on the podium.
And there's a lot at stake here. This is the qualifying event for the World Championships. Typically, this is also the qualifying event for 4 continents, but due to scheduling, the event is going to be held next week in Shanghai. So that team has already been named. Skaters needed to get their visas ahead of time. It was a quick turnaround. So this is going to be the main qualifying event for the World Championships, and the women only have 2 spots.
Yes, they only have 2 spots for that World Championship team. And we were talking earlier with one of the reps on the athletes committee for U.S. figure skating, and they were telling us that, you know, that scheduling conflict is because the 4 continent championships are in China, and they need to get the visas for the skaters to compete in time. So that is why the skaters were announced to that team so far in advance.
And a lot of people were wondering why U.S. Championships was held so close to 4 continents. A lot of these events have to be planned years in advance prior to 4 continents location and timing being announced. So a little bit of a scheduling conflict there, but we do have team members who are not currently competing at this national championships. We have Ava Ziegler, who withdrew from this event so that she could stay home and focus on training for 4 continents. So a notable name that would be in the mix for a podium finish, not present at this championships.
No, she's not present at this championships, and she definitely was a favorite for a medal, if not the title, here at the U.S. Championships. But in her absence, all of these women are stepping up to the plate.
I mean, I think this is going to be a really great event. On your screen now, Warne-Jacobsen, who yesterday, a rough short program, really left some points out on the table, but she is such a fantastic performer. I really love watching her skate.
You know, Ashley, in this first group, a lot of these girls, their goal was to qualify for this national championship. So for them, just to be here is the goal of the season. This is them celebrating all of the hard
land on your toe pick, and I said, you don't know how this works, do you?
You should not land on that thing.
You quickly,
But not for a long
but
time.
not only.
Yes.
The full blade would be nice.
Actually, this is also so exciting because we have a really, really great audience here tonight. There's just so much energy in the building, and we've not even gotten started yet.
I mean, these are the early groups. We have people still trickling in. I was told that they actually had to open up the upper bowl for this event because it's sold out. This is such an amazing crowd here in Columbus, and feeding off of the energy of a crowd this big is just so fun.
To the ice, Alex Evans.
This is Alex's second appearance at the U.S. Championships. She was 16th in 2020. Currently in 18th place. Looking to better that 16th place. Here's Alex Evans. Wow, what an amazing moment for Alex in front of all of these people. Just a moment of redemption after such a tough short program yesterday. She totally deserves this. Ashley, I enjoyed this performance so thoroughly.
I absolutely love Alex's skating. As we said earlier, is this the most technically challenging program? No, but this is the national championships, and for some skaters, it really is a huge deal just to make it to this stage. And then on top of that, to be able to go out and just check off element by element, that's a huge accomplishment for Alex. She's going to have a few elements under review. The judges are going to be going back and looking for rotation. But I thought for this event, it's her second appearance here, and she just really looked like she knew what to do with a nationals crowd.
You know, Ashley, I could just tell that she really was just so focused today, here to redeem herself after that short program. And she did that on that first jump.
Falling on this element, her triple loop in practice, I was worried about this, but she just looked so much calmer. And then moving into her triple flip double toe. One thing that I do want to point out with Alex's skating, this next triple flip here, she's jumping on top of the boards. And that can really signal just a lack of confidence in elements. You're waiting to get the jump done. This planned double Lutz, double axel, look at the delay. She's working on getting all of those triples. That being said, she gets a lot of her rotation on the way down, which makes it hard to get that full, complete rotation. And she'll just need to either work on speeding up that rotation in the air or giving herself a little bit more air time to be able to complete those more difficult triples. But for Alex, this was a great skate.
I mean, I think that this is kind of the skate that, you know, someone like Alex dreams about when they come to the U.S. Championships.
104.90.
So it'll be 104.90 and a total of 152.8 for Alex Evans starting off this women's free skate here in Columbus.
She represents the Los Angeles Figure Skating Club. Let's welcome Lindsay Wang.
This is her second straight and ever appearance here at the U.S. Championships. She was 14th the last time she was here. She's currently in 17th, hoping to finish in the top 10. This is Lindsay Wang.
frustrating performance for Lindsay here. That was not at all what she was hoping to accomplish out on that ice. She does have a lot of elements currently under review. She fell on that loop.
Yeah, Ashley, this is just not the kind of performance that I know Lindsay was looking for. It's going to be really hard. I think it's just not going to happen with the top 10 this year.
She was hoping to finish in the top 10, moving up from 14th last year, and I just am not entirely sure if she did enough out here today to be able to accomplish that. This is a very competitive group of women, and she had to go out and rotate.
Oh, and she almost fell getting off the ice.
So she opened up with this triple Lutz double toe, and this was a really secure element for her. She looked like she was calm and ready for it.
Yeah, that was a really nice opening to the program, but then the trouble started here right on the second jump, the triple loop.
This is going to receive an under rotation, so she's going to get a 25% reduction in the base value of that, and the exact same problem here on this Lutz. If you look at that rotation, judges are looking at where your blade comes down on the ice.
Now, Ashley, this is the triple flip attempt, and she just opens up the rotation. And when a skater does that, it just, like, the body takes over, right? There's nothing that you can do. And so the body takes over. It tells you, I can't do this jump. I'm not going to pull in, and it can be one of the most frustrating things that ever happens.
And sometimes it's just almost an instinct. Your body just reacts, and that timing really gets affected. I did appreciate that she relaxed a little bit more as she moved through the program. Of course, this could have been much better. That pop on the flip, she has 2 under rotations. But
I mean, she's a lovely skater.
yes.
And I agree that I think that she really brought a lot more energy to the second part of this program. And I think, if anything, she can take that away, that she never gave up. She always continued to push herself. And so I think, you know, even when it's not going well, that's what you got to do.
And it really is about not letting the entire program fall apart. And you can make a couple of mistakes here and there, and this is going to be really costly for her. But when this is her second appearance on the national stage, and it's still for her about gaining experience, keeping it together is a big deal. She needs 103.39 for the lead. She's not going to get that 92.91, that 1 point deduction, with a total of 142.33, and that will be good enough to put her currently into second place.
Representing the Go for Gold Shakopee Skating Academy. A warm welcome now for Wren and Warne-Jacobsen.
Back on the ice, Wren Warne-Jacobsen, a really frustrating short program, a skater with a ton of potential, looking to make her way, make some moves back up here. She was the 2023 U.S. Collegiate Figure Skating Champion. As Wren moves through this program, watch for the little details. She is a very present skater, and she does a fantastic job pushing beyond the boards.
Surviving the triple flip, absolutely going to be reviewed by the tech panel. But for Wren, it's just about staying up and getting a good performance. She struggled on that jump yesterday, so it must feel really good to get it out of the way.
much better.
Her time through that combination. Wren, this is definitely a moment of redemption from that short program yesterday.
I mean, this is something that she's going to be really, really pleased with. She went out and she attacked her elements.
Yeah, and you can see at the side of the boards her coach, Kate Charbonneau. I mean, I think she's even more excited than Wren, in tears. You know, the skaters and the coaches, they just put so much time and effort into these performances, into getting ready for these competitions.
Really enjoyed her performance today. You see her opening triple flip here. One thing I do want to say about Wren's skating, she really telegraphs going into it. That flip is actually going to receive an under rotation. That running edge, she came down just a little bit short of rotation.
You know, on these first few jumps, she just seemed just a little tight. It was like a little bit of that leftover energy from the short program. But once she got warmed up, it really felt like she just found her feet.
And
she
this
found her
is where
footing.
She found her feet, because the sow that we saw prior, she was actually supposed to do a combination there, and then she relaxed into the program, added on the combo there to that second sow, and then just kind of sank into the program. This triple toe, double loop, so secure. She looked really fantastic. And for Wren, this is something she's going to be really happy with.
And, you know, she has a lot to be proud of because she really fought through this entire skate. Beautiful combination spin to end. And then, you know, this actually is what it's all about. It's about celebrating all of the hard work that you've done to qualify to be here at the U.S. Championships. And there's her coach, Kate Charbonneau, on the left, still wiping tears.
And so remember, as we work our way through this program, a good benchmark score to be looking out for, 120 to 135, is going to be a really good score. 135 to 150, great. And then
And here are the
phenomenal
scores.
150
Warne-Jacobsen.
plus.
Her free skating score is 111.16.
So great
And her
score
total
for
score,
Wren, 111.16, and that's going to total out to
She is currently in
161.23, and that's going to put her currently into first place in a wonderful way to wrap up here in Columbus.
She represents the Wagon Wheel Figure Skating Club. A nice welcome now for Brooke Gewalt.
She found out she was coming here a little over a week before she arrived and competed here in the short program. Currently in 15th place in her first time at the U.S. Championships. This is Brooke Gewalt.
Rohini Ward, who choreographs for Jason Brown, worked with her on this program, and you see a lot of Rohini's attention to detail throughout.
I mean, what I love about Brooke's skating are these big, beautiful, classic figure skating looking jumps.
They look like figure skating.
And they look classic. Actually, I love a good classic jump. And you know, another thing, what I usually don't like are gloves. But these are gloves I appreciate.
I mean, for figuring out that you are coming to the national championships for the first time in your career, days before you skate this free skate, that was fantastic for Brooke. Was it the most clean, perfect program? No, but that was not what this is going to be about for Brooke. It was just an opportunity to skate on a national stage and really showcase the kind of skater that she is. I was so impressed with how trained she looked.
Yeah, I know, Ashley. It's really hard to watch Brooke and just not say to yourself, God, I love her. There's just something about her that, you know, her skating is very classic. She's so beautiful out there. And, you know, the programs are polished. I'm so happy for her that she has the opportunity to come out here to skate here at the national championship. She totally deserves it.
Coach Roheen Ward telling her to wave to the audience. I think it's obvious.
I mean, it's so important.
It really is.
Listen, if you look like Brooke, you gotta wave to the audience.
You have to. Okay, so we're going to start with her opening combination here, a triple toe, double toe, and she just launches into that element.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a massive jump.
It was a little wild, but she
wonky.
saved it because the jumps are so big.
Next up, this triple loop. It's a little messy, but a really difficult entry going into it, and that does help with the grade of execution, but she loses it with that messy landing.
And that is the hardest triple that she was going to attempt. Right here, you see the triple Salchow double toe loop. A little bit of a wonky landing on that double toe loop, just not able to get the flow out.
But this combo, double axel, half loop, double flip, you just don't see that kind of combination often in competition.
Ashley, you are so right. You just don't see a double flip combo very much in competition.
But you really don't.
No, you're all right, but just the way you say it.
You don't often see it.
You don't often see the double flip combos.
You usually see a half loop, triple sow, half loop, double sow.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do the flip. You are
have to
right.
have way more control and to be able to toe in and launch yourself again and make sure you're staying over that right side. That's hard to do.
Yeah, and that's why you don't often see it.
And there you see in the kiss and cry, Roheen Ward, the man we were talking about, choreographer to the Stars. And by Stars, I mean Brooke Gewalt, as well as Jason Brown.
Yes, I mean, that was just, it was really lovely. And I think that she's going to remember this moment her entire career.
She really should. It was fantastic.
The score is 100.28.
It'll be 100.28 and a total score for her that is 154.84, and that's going to put her into second place.
The next competitor represents the Broadmoor Skating Club. Please welcome Michelle Lee.
She is wrapping up her second appearance here at the U.S. Championship. She qualified with a 4th place finish at Midwestern Sectionals. She is 19, training out of Colorado Springs, and currently sitting in 14th place. Next to the ice, this is Michelle Lee. Last season, set to the Twilight soundtrack, and she said she's portraying Bella in this program. Now she longs and fights for her happy ending with the vampire Edward. Little short on rotation there.
And this is where you can see where Michelle is working. She's not fully extending all the way out to the audience. She's not fully engaged with the music, but she is getting the jumps done.
Really lovely double axel to finish out the jumping passes. She has a few elements that are going to be under review.
Ashley, yeah, it was solid. It was well-rounded, but you can definitely see there's a lot of work still to be done if Michelle wants to find herself skating, you know, closer to the later warm-ups to have more of a chance to do better in these competitions.
Getting into that top 10.
Absolutely.
I mean, watching her skate through this, she said that this year she achieved a lifetime goal of adding a triple Lutz, triple toe combo to her repertoire. We didn't get to see that here out on national ice, and that's something that she really is going to need to start to gain a little bit more confidence in if she wants to be able to work her way into those higher later groups as we were talking about.
And, you know, like I said before, you know, still working on that interpretation, but the strides that she's made are really significant. I worked with her a few years ago, and I can just see the way that she's really engaging with the crowd. She's really, she is working on it.
Absolutely. You see this opening triple Lutz, double toe. And I thought that this was a really secure element for her. No problem staying checked over that right side. Beautiful running edge coming out of it. She did struggle on this triple toe. She's going to get an under rotation that was under review. This double axel sequence there.
You know, and when the skaters seemingly are struggling with the rotation, you can just feel they're just a bit tight. They're not getting in their knees. They're not jumping up all the way like she did really well on that triple loop.
I do want to talk about the jumping sequences because we've had a rule change recently. Previously, when you would compete a triple toe double axel, you wouldn't receive total credit for these jumping sequences. Now you receive 100% of the base value of these elements, and you're seeing a lot more women putting them into their programs.
Yes, because, you know, the rule is you are allowed to repeat 2 of your triples as long as one of them is in combination. So you'll see a lot of women out here doing a triple Lutz combo and then a triple Lutz by itself. And these combinations, you can do double axels at the end, and it counts as a full base value mark. And in the past, it was counted as a sequence, where a sequence wouldn't get the full base value, but people would do them so that you could get 2 difficult jumps in, and you could add jumps later.
Yeah.
So that is the point of doing a sequence.
I would have benefited so much from this rule.
Oh,
I'm
Ashley.
coming back.
You're gonna
Just so
well, you loved to do a good double axle sequence.
I loved a double axle sequence. I'm coming back so I can get full points for those elements.
It's your moment of redemption. Oh, also, now that we're here, what happens in Twilight?
We don't
You'll
have
tell
enough
me
time.
later.
We have to talk about Michelle Lee. She needs 106.01 for the lead.
Total score 156.
101.61. She does have that
She
1
is
point
currently in
deduction
second place.
with a total of 156.84, and that is going to put her currently into second place.
And that's a really nice score for Michelle, so she should be really proud of that.
The next competitor represents the Glacier Falls Figure Skating Club. Let's welcome now Katie Shen.
She's coming into this long program currently in 13th place. She was 4th at the junior level last year at this event. Skating out of Anaheim, California, here is 16-year-old Katie Shen.
When a skater falls, they do get a 1-point deduction. They get a 1-point deduction on the first 2 falls. Once they fall 3 times, they will get a 2-point deduction.
But that's not going to happen here, Adam.
No, it will not. Like I said, it was not going to happen. Good for her, starting this program really off on the wrong foot and then getting up and just pulling this program together.
As Katie closes out the jumping elements of this free skate, this is where I feel like she really can bring the crowd into her performance. She can be a really big skater, knows how to use her music.
Ina Bauer, but you know what? I as badly as this program started, I have to say that I was really impressed with the way that she stayed composed and really fought through the rest of this program.
Oh, this could have been a mess. And it started off messy,
Yes.
but then she pulled it together. She made a couple of adjustments to this program that I actually thought was so smart. She had a second Lutz that was planned, but after that opening Lutz with the fall, she decided to go for an easier element for her. She changed it out to a triple toe, something more reliable, so that she didn't end up risking those increased deductions if she were to fall again. First 2 falls, they say, all right, 1 point. Once you get into 3 falls plus, they're like, we're taking more points off.
Oh, yeah, and you never want to get into the 2-point fall territory.
No, and you never want Adam Rapon to almost jinx you on air.
But I opposite jinxed her because then she started landing everything really well, and I actually take full credit from that. And I will be telling Katie that when she gets off the ice.
See her there in the kiss and cry with Coach Laura Lepetsky.
So the first jump here in the free skate, this is the triple Lutz. And you can see the way that she taps that toe pick just doesn't get that lift that she needs off of the ice. And so she just does not get enough height.
This is where she brought it back, though. This triple loop that she ended up turning into a combination. So smart because she missed her combo opportunity on her opening Lutz. And she really did not let this program get away from her. She left a lot of points out on the table, missing that Lutz, missing that flip. But also, let's not forget, this is her senior debut. She just moved up from the junior level. She was 4th at junior last year. And so for her to get out onto competitive ice, deal with the pressure that comes along with it, you see it's not short of just silly little mistakes here and there, but I would be so proud of how she pulled herself back together with this performance.
I mean, there's a lot of really great takeaway from this U.S. Championship. She had a great short program, and in this free skate, she really, I feel, learned a really valuable lesson that she can make it through a program no matter what.
Yep, 104 for this free skate and a total of 160.87, and that is going to be good enough for second place currently. And we are wrapped up with this first group of women here in Columbus. We will have a ZAM break, but before you take a little break from us, let's take a look at the current standings. We have Wren Warne-Jacobsen, Katie Shen, who we just saw, Michelle Lee,
Brooke Gewalt, Alex Evans. Ashley, I really feel like this first group was all about redeeming themselves from silly mistakes that they made in the short program.
1,000%, but also experience. This was a relatively inexperienced first group, and so for them just to be on nationals ice, I cannot stress this enough. That's a huge accomplishment. And not every skater is here to get onto the world team. Some skaters are here simply because they worked so hard to make it here, and it's a lifetime achievement. So really exciting for this group of women, and we are about to take a quick ZAM break. We will be back for groups 2 and 3 of the women's event, and we will see who is crowned the women's champion tonight. Welcome back to the 2024 Prevagen U.S. Figure Skating Championships here in Columbus, Ohio. We are back at the Nationwide Arena as the second group of women take the ice for the long program.
Starr Andrews.
And you know what? Just like Sonja Hilmer's bubble ponytail, I am coiffed
Soho
and ready to go.
Yes, I am ready to go too, even though I still don't know the storyline or plot of Twilight.
And I tried to explain it.
6-minute warm-up.
Not well.
Refused to listen. Now, Ashley, let's get back to the competition. We are in the final 2 flights of this women's free skate. It is incredibly close.
Adam and I were doing the math, which is really scary because we are not mathematicians.
No, we are not.
But in this group, there's a 10-point spread with Sonja Hilmer and the podium. Clare sitting at about 67.41. Sonja Hilmer, 57. 9.16.
It's incredibly close. Ashley, you know, that means that from 12th place to end up on the podium, it's only a 10-point spread. Anything can happen.
Now, I want to talk about Sonja Hilmer. Sonja Hilmer, I don't know if you all listened to me talk about her yesterday. She is one of my favorites. I love her skating. She is so unique. She is not a very technically strong athlete. For her, this event is not about trying to get onto the podium. That being said, she choreographs her own programs. She has this musical attention to detail that I just find so fun to watch.
I mean, you can just tell the creative process is absolutely her favorite part about this. The costume she's wearing, on Instagram, she showed the process of her sewing it herself.
Work, girl. I knit this sweater I'm wearing right now. I did not. Up next, Elyce Lin-Gracey. A really disappointing short program for her yesterday. She did not expect to find herself in this second warm-up group. Turning out of that triple flip, it just got a little bit messy, and she definitely has some work to do to really climb back up.
Yeah, Ashley, she struggled in that short program. She finds herself in 11th, and it was just written all over her face after that first element. It just felt like the gas was just out of the program. She really just couldn't find her footing again.
But you know, she is newer to the senior level, and for her to make a mistake like that, completely forgivable. This is her senior debut, and afterwards we were talking with Coach Tammy Gamble, and I mentioned, you make that mistake, you make it once, and then you learn, and you know how you never want to feel again on national ice, and you work and you improve. Now, Mia Kalin on the screen now. She has 2 quads planned in this event. And you might be saying to yourself, 2 quads, that's worth a lot of points.
And Ashley, yes, 2 quads are worth a lot of points. But what happens often is Mia leaves a lot of points on the table when it comes to her triples. You know, we've talked with her, and she loves training these quads. It's her favorite thing to do, and it absolutely shows because these quadruple toes get ready. They are absolutely incredible. But where she struggles is with the stamina and with the rotation of the triple jumps. It just doesn't feel like she has enough mileage on them.
It absolutely does not. It looks like she really spends a lot of time training the quads. They look fantastic. We watched her in practice all week. We saw her do multiple quad toes. Quad sow, a newer quad for her, but I'm curious to see how she gets through the program. Starr Andrews currently sitting in 9th place after a completely unnecessary fall in the short program. Her opening triple toe combination, she just kind of sat down on that toe.
Ashley, I talked to Starr this morning after her warm-up. She just looked really strong and focused and determined not to make
Please welcome Sonja Hilmer.
She made her debut at the U.S. Championships last year and had a top 10 finish in her first time ever at these championships. She currently finds herself in 12th place. The 24-year-old from Colorado Springs, Colorado. This is Sonja Hilmer.
Skating to Avatar, The Last Airbender, Sonja choreographs her own programs, and as she skates through this program, watch for her attention to detail. So many cool moments, just like this opening double axel immediately.
Beautiful, right on the music, and it's really, that's exactly what Ashley's been talking about. She's so creative, so inventive. Now this will be really important for her. This is the hardest combination she has planned in her program.
And hangs on.
A really great start for Sonja. You know, sometimes she can really struggle with these triple flips, and she just did 2 back-to-back. Beautiful triple loop with all of these beautiful, intricate steps.
Athletes compete that, and later on in this program she has the most incredible combination, a triple sow, double sow going the other direction.
And it's really just moves like this. I mean, the audience.
And she's headed into this combination that I was talking about. Triple sow, headed righty direction, lands, pulls back, double sow, lefty direction.
I mean, it's really quite amazing. It's so difficult to do those jumps in both directions. She's the only skater I've ever seen attempt that combination.
Ugh, I love her. She just adds in all.
Just those creative,
so cool.
incredible moments. She is so cool.
I am president of the Sonja Hilmer fan club. I do not need the most difficult jumps to be impressed. That being said, I love a committed bow.
Sonja
When you
Hilmer.
go all the way through to the end and stay in character. Remember, she's skating to Avatar: The Last Airbender, and that is all I know about that.
Yes.
I don't know what this means, but I know
It's sort of like
It's
how I don't know
relevant.
anything about Twilight. So for me, I'm going, yes, she is an airbender. Do
Really?
I know what that means?
No.
Absolutely not. But
I want to talk
feel
about the skaters, though, really quickly.
Yes.
They go all the way to the other end of the ice to go pick up stuffies.
Yes, they go all the way down to the other end of the
I
ice so they
never
can
did
get
that.
a full time.
full skate back.
Yes, a launch back.
If I had to skate any further than I already did, well,
You
I
weren't
didn't.
going to.
I didn't.
Yeah, you were not going to do that. But, you know, for Sonja, I feel like this was a really strong performance. Yes, there were some technical issues. And, you know, we talk about how incredibly cool that triple sow, double sow combo is. But, you know, she does not get any extra points for doing that double sow cow in the opposite direction. And she does only
blow my
get
mind.
the double sow cow points.
And also, I think you have to think about whether or not the judges like seeing it. Some judges don't like it, and it's not the most perfectly clean, secure element.
But this
double
was.
axel out of nothing.
Yes, and it just was right on that beat of the music, just so good. And this, she really struggled with this in practice, and just tonight, she muscled through it,
Thanks,
got it
on.
done.
Got it done. Speaking of got it done, another triple flip here. The height, really impressive. Didn't have that running edge that you would want to see, but I want to talk about this. This cantilever,
It's what makes her special.
I love seeing these little moments. This is worth nothing except cool points. This is where she did make a mistake. This triple loop here was a planned combination, a little bit square on that takeoff, hard for her to hold on. But
Now, this is the combo we've been talking about.
pulls back on the same edge and rotates the other direction. It is going to be reviewed. It was a little bit tight, but triple sow pulls back on that edge, and then to rotate in the other direction, you get no extra points, but it just is so unique, and it makes her stand out. I just want to remember you. How you achieve that, I don't care.
I mean, it seems like Sonja Hilmer is your Roman Empire, because I think you're going to be
thinking
thinking about her
constantly.
at least once a week for
I
the next
agree.
year.
I agree. 107.73 for Sonja Hilmer with that 1 point deduction, a total of 164.89, and that is going to be good enough for first place.
She's competing on behalf of the Pasadena Figure Skating Club. Let's welcome Elyce Lin-Gracey.
Stepping out onto Nationals ice after a disappointing short program, finding herself currently in 11th place, looking to redeem herself and move back up. The 2023 U.S. Junior Bronze medalist, this is Elyce. but
program, but she has one of the harder programs in this competition, so she's still going to get a lot of points. It's not the skate she's looking for, but very strong.
very strong, yes. But one thing that I do just want to say, this is her first year senior, as we've been saying, and she just looked a little bit overwhelmed. She looked really tight, and you know, she was coming into this event and people were saying she was a potential dark horse for a podium finish. She's a very technically strong athlete and she has a lot to offer, and I think that she just needed to get out onto this ice and understand what it feels like to compete at senior. It's completely different.
Ashley, you know, that's a lot of pressure to put somebody under when they were third at the junior level the year before. It's a huge step up, and just to be here and to skate here in the second warm-up is already a huge accomplishment.
Oh, absolutely. And very rarely do you go from a podium finish at junior to a podium finish at senior, but it can be done. And she's the type of athlete who could have done it. You won't see her climb onto the podium at this national championships.
Now here's this first combination, a gorgeous triple Lutz, huge. And when she taps in for that triple toe, you can just see she doubts herself. She doesn't get the same launch that she got on that first jump.
And then this triple sow here, I thought it looked a little tight. She's not getting down into her knees. She's not as relaxed as we've seen her skate in the past.
Now on this triple flip, she had a planned double axel, and this is what Ashley was talking about, these silly mistakes. Turning that double axel into a wall jump, which will get no points.
And when we're talking about pops, that's a pop. And sometimes when you just rush through it and you don't get that rotation in, it's not that she's actively choosing to do that. Sometimes your body just kind of jolts and it's hard for you to get the element off. So a difficult skate for her today, but a huge learning experience. And she's the kind of athlete that we will be seeing for years to come, and it's only up from here.
In the kiss and cry with her coaching team. Damon Allen and Tammy Gamble. Elyce trains out in Colorado Springs.
Trains with
Amber Glenn.
Amber Glenn.
You'll
So
see
she
Damon
has
in the kiss and cry later tonight with Amber Glenn.
judges reviewing these elements, and the scores coming in now. She's 106.65 to take the lead, and she's able to do that. 114.86, that 1 point deduction, and it'll be 173.11, and that's going to be good enough currently for first place.
The next competitor represents the St. Moritz Ice Skating Club. How about a warm Columbus welcome for Mia Kalin.
She is 15 years old, taking the ice now. Mia Kalin out of Oakland, California. She's got 2 quads in her arsenal, which we are planning on seeing here in Columbus. Hoping to work her way up in this free skate. Here's Mia Kalin.
Those quads are the first 2 elements in this program.
Flying into this opening quad toe.
Phenomenal. Ashley, it doesn't get better than that. That was a gorgeous quadruple toe loop.
Up next, her second planned quad sow. This is a newer quad for her. Opting for a triple combination instead.
Now, Ashley, this is really where Mia is going to need to work because she struggles with these jumps that come after the quadruple.
Beautiful. She's now in the second half of this program. Every jumping pass from here on out receives a 10% bonus in base value.
And this is where you can see she's just really not connected to the music. You have these big drums and she's doing these soft movements. She's still just a bit shy out there when she's on the ice, and if she really wants to be a medal threat, which she could with this technical content, she's going to need to be brave and big. Now, actually, she's running into an issue here because that was her third double axel. She's not going to get any credit for some good drama, Ashley. You know, I do love that.
That is the first ever quad by a woman at the national championships. A huge moment for Mia out here on national ice. I wonder if she knows that.
I think that if she doesn't, someone is absolutely going to tell her
It's
in
us.
the next 5 minutes. But
That's
this is the
amazing.
thing, Ashley. She can do the quadruple jumps. She has everything to be a champion. But what's holding her back is her interpretation to the music, the way that she connects, and just the presence she has on the ice. It feels very young. It feels very unrefined. And if you're doing these gorgeous, huge quadruple jumps, you should not be making mistakes on triples. It's unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
It's unforgivable.
But you know what? I'll forgive her because this is her senior debut. She did make some junior mistakes, though, I do have to say. Repeating. Well, let's talk about this quad first. This opening quad toe, the first ever by a woman at Nationals.
Clean as a whistle.
I mean, wow.
With this beautiful turn after. This is the reaction of her coach. I mean, it was the reaction of all of us.
Yes. Just air punches left and right. This was a planned quad, and we saw her practicing quads and quad sows, but opting for a little bit of a safer element.
But this is where she got into trouble, Ashley. You know, she changed her program. She added that double axel after the triple sow cow, which wasn't planned.
And then she ended up doing too many double axles in this performance. And you really have to, if you're going to change your program, you have to know what lies ahead. And she didn't plan it out. So she ended up using up a element or a jumping pass, a combination that she's not going to get any credit for.
And this is what I mean. Just that tap, just not getting all the way there. It just feels like she just needs to spend a little bit more time on these triples in the program to the music, because if she can get all of this together, I mean, she would be quite the threat. And God, do I love drama.
I love drama. I wish she had that much drama throughout the program, though, and that's really what we're saying. Fantastic jumper. Love to see a quad. Love to see the U.S. women pushing it technically. But I want to see the total package. I don't just want to see jumps.
Absolutely. And you know what? I feel like when she puts her programs together, when you work with your choreographer, you know, the choreographer is like the architect of the program, and they put everything together. I want to see her challenge herself. I want to see her push herself and use complex transitions. I want her to use different themes, because if she pushes herself, she could be incredible.
An icon in the making, potentially. 118.1 with that 1 point deduction. That's going to be 177.81. Good enough to put her into first place.
The next competitor represents the Los Angeles Figure Skating Club. A nice welcome now for Starr Andrews.
We are welcoming back Starr Andrews to the ice. In 2022, she became the first Black U.S. skater to earn a Grand Prix medal. And
great 3-jump combo. First jump that she's doing in that 10% bonus section. To an arena. It's just, she's an amazing performer, and just to be here to feel this sensation that she can bring is just, it's beautiful.
She can really pull you into her skating, and I love her use of her extension, the way that she pushes beyond the boards and just really makes you sit back and watch her. It was not a perfect skate for her today, but that being said, I really enjoyed this performance. It's a piece of music that I think she skates really well to, and it's something she should be really happy with today. She was 4th at this event last year. I'm not entirely sure if she put enough out there on the ice to be able to pull herself back up onto the podium, but she definitely is redeeming herself after that short program.
You know, she struggles with those triple flips, that the technique that she has on those taps of the flips. She doesn't even attempt the triple lutz. It's not the best technique, and it really sometimes hurts her when she gets into competition.
She really hitches that free leg, and it can get a little bit wild, and so she runs into consistency problems because it doesn't feel like the same takeoff every single time. So it's not a super reliable element for her, but I feel like she navigated this program in a really smart way. She made a couple of changes from what she had planned.
But this was that opening double axel, and I think this is what really set her up to have a really nice, strong performance.
This triple flip here, triple flip, double
see
axel.
The hitch of that kick.
But it doesn't reach back because she comes back down, her leg is bent, so she doesn't really pull through. You want to see a lot of ice coverage, and that's what the judges are looking for as well when they're awarding that GOE.
And that's what she does on this triple toe. She has a beautiful technique on these toes.
One of the best in the world.
It flies, and you'll see right here, back to back, you'll see this flip again. This is the second attempt. Just jamming that toe in, not really getting any distance on that jump, and that's what she's missing.
This is her triple sow combination, reaching back for that double toe, double loop. And when we're looking at her scores coming in now, what she does really well is she does everything pretty well. She has positive grades of execution on every element except for the fall on that flip. And that's where she skates smart. She squeezes out all of those points. She is not doing the most technically challenging program. But because her elements are quality, she's going to be able to pull in a lot more points.
You know, that is always her game plan. I mean, this is why I love Starr, you know? She is so...
Such a goofball.
Yeah, she's the best.
But, you know, seeing her make that mistake in the short program was really frustrating to see because she's such a talented athlete. And her triple toes, I love watching her triple toes.
Oh my God, it's like a signature move.
Yeah, absolutely. Scores coming in now.
She needs a 117.47 to lead. And actually, that's a great score. That's a very, very good score.
And we have a new leader currently, 185.49. That's going to put her into first place. A really fantastic way for Starr to wrap up her event here in Columbus.
The next competitor represents the Glacier Falls Figure Skating Club. Please welcome now, Soho Lee.
On the ice now and making her senior debut here at the U.S. Championships. She is the 2023 U.S. Junior Champion. She's the youngest skater in this event at age of 14, skating out of Lakewood, California. Here is Soho Lee. Opening up with the difficult combination, triple lutz, triple toe.
Stays on her feet, but that will definitely be reviewed by the technical panel for full rotation.
Up next, another loop combo. Much better this time.
Yeah, actually, that is the best jump so far. It really feels like she's just sort of getting into the ice now.
Relaxing into this program. position there on that combination spin, layback spin. And a solid performance, but a lot of elements are under review.
You know, Ashley, she stayed on her feet, but
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
that is what she did.
Soho
exactly.
leads.
You know, and that's what you want to do, but sometimes you want to stay on your feet, but
Also do a little
all the way
bit more.
around.
Exactly. You don't want to have to worry about your jumps being fully rotated. And right now, she has four jumping passes are currently under review, and already her opening combination, that triple toe, is going to be under rotated. One thing I want to talk to you about, Adam, is the second mark, the composition of that program. She finished her jumping passes and still had over a full minute left in the program. So when you think about the composition of the program, it's really important that it feels balanced. It's really important that you have a nice mix of elements throughout the program, and she really just got the jumps out of the way and then kind of pulled it through to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just felt like she had all of these jumps stacked up in the beginning, like right here, this triple Lutz. She was just trying to get them out of the way because she did feel like she was getting very tired by the end. That's where we were losing some gas. The triple loop, and this is where, you know, as she gets into the program, the legs just start to give out a bit.
She redeemed herself here, though. She had just fallen on a loop, and that can be really intimidating for an athlete. You've just made a mistake, and the next element is the exact same jump you made a mistake on. So she was really good at pulling it back together on that element. But she was the 2023 junior champion, and she just still looks like a junior to me, and that is absolutely okay. This is experience for her to be gaining. She's very young. She has tons of time to grow and develop. She has a new coaching team. It seems to be going really well for her. So an exciting athlete. I don't want to sell her short. She has a lot of promise, but she has a lot of work ahead of her.
And just so much potential, like you said,
yeah.
Ashley. She's only 14 years old. I can tell you, when I was 14, I was not in the senior national championships. Were you?
I don't
No.
think so. No.
Novice.
No.
Senior?
Hard to say, but she's 14,
Right.
and we are not.
No, I'm not 14 currently. I don't know if I ever was. Maybe once.
We've always just been this timeless age here. But as her scores are coming in, she has an under rotation on her opening combo, and some of her spins, the judges are going back and looking at levels there. So she did lose some points throughout, and that second mark is going to be lower. 105.11 with a 1-point deduction for Soho Lee, and that's going to bring her to a total of 167.03, and that is going to put her currently into 4th place.
You know, a really respectable start to her senior career here at Nationals.
She is here competing on behalf of the Skating Club of New York. Let's welcome Audrey Shin.
In 2019, she was the U.S. Junior Silver Medalist. This is her 4th appearance here at the Senior National Championships. She's currently in 7th place. She said her goal coming into this championships was to finish in the top 6. She's right on the cusp of doing that. Training in Colorado Springs, this is Audrey Shin.
And a decent performance from Audrey. This is the type of skate that isn't exactly what she would want, but at the same time, she tends to get very tight on the national stage, and it can be really hard for her to go out and get that rotation. And as she went into this program, she started to relax a little bit more. Her first 3 elements were under review, but after that, every single element that went into the system was not flagged for review. And I have been watching Audrey for years and commentating on her for a while, and I have seen her come off the ice with every single jumping pass under review. So already, I would say this is a huge improvement for her with her rotation. She has a reputation for under-rotating her elements. She is going to get an under-rotation on her opening lutz, on her triple toe combination, as well as her triple flip. So what happens is she loses base value points. This is her opening triple lutz here. Watch, she just doesn't really get that reach back, and she's very high in her knees, so she doesn't get that air time, and she tends to rotate her elements on the way down instead of all the way up and through, and that slight delay ends up costing her precious time and rotation.
Now, Ashley, it is so hard. So like you said, it is a huge step forward to have most of these elements be called as clean jumps, because it is a huge battle to get those jumps clean when you have had some struggles with under rotation. So it's a lot of work, and she's putting that work in.
Her scores coming in now. It's going to be 112.82, a 1-point deduction on the fall. And 175.61, that's going to be good enough currently for 3rd place. The final group of women taking the ice now in Columbus, Ohio. But let's take a look at the current standings. Starr Andrews currently sitting in 1st place via Kalin with the first quad ever completed by a U.S. woman at Nationals.
Ashley, that was a great group. And right now, in this group is where we will find out who can step up for this national title.
For this national title, who is going to climb onto the podium here in Columbus? Every single one of these women has the potential to be standing on that podium. There is a 3-point spread between 6th place Sarah Everhardt and 3rd place Clare Saw. So to climb onto the podium, well, to climb onto the U.S. podium, top 4 is the podium, 2-point spread. It is a very close group.
It's a very close group, but I really think all eyes are going to be on Amber Glenn and Isabeau Levito.
Absolutely. This is the fight for the title.
the short program, you could really see that lack of preparation, just making a silly mistake on the double axel, just able to get out a single. But right now on your screen is Clare Saw. She, for me, was the real surprise of the evening, ending up in 3rd place.
Clare was the perfect example of going out and skating clean and having it pay off. Triple Lutz, triple toe in that short program, fantastic. Everything was just nice, simple, straight to the point. But really, let's talk about Amber. This is it. Amber, it's time to step up. She has been on the cusp of greatness, not just in the U.S., but internationally for quite some time. We watched her in practice the other day. She stepped up onto that ice, and Adam and I just clutched each other.
Ashley, I had chills watching her skate because I was watching somebody who looked not only like a national champion, who was skating like a world champion. This is what we've been waiting for. This is a moment that Amber has been waiting for her entire career. It's a moment that we've been waiting for as Glenheads. You know, we are Glenheads. We're also Isabarbs.
And Isabarbs. But she's coming into this event with a triple axel, and that is going to be one of the make or break elements for her in this event.
Every triple axel I've seen Amber do, she's landed beautifully.
Flawlessly. And Isabarbs, this one is for you. Isabeau coming into this event looking to repeat titles. When we were talking to her last week, she was saying she's not really focused on repeating titles. She's just focused on going out and skating what she is capable of. She has had a little bit of a rockier season, and by rocky, I mean super successful, found herself on both of her Grand Prix podiums and went to the Grand Prix final. But we did see her start to falter a little bit. She's a very reliable skater, and I just feel like we saw her really hit the second season senior jitters.
Now, Ashley, I really think Isabeau is going to have to go clean, no mistakes tonight if she wants any chance of holding off Amber Glenn. In this warm-up, Amber just landed this gorgeous triple-triple, but before that, while we were talking about Isabeau, Amber landed this enormous triple axel without any issue whatsoever. This is the best I've ever seen her look.
And that triple axel, her technical base value, technical planned base value, she has a 6-point advantage over Isabeau in this free skate. If she rotates the axle, she does not even need to land the axle, but if she rotates it, that base value alone is really setting her up to have a huge advantage over Isabeau. But this is the most trained I have ever seen Amber.
Not only trained, Ashley, it's the most focused I've seen her.
Yes, she looks like a professional. She's going out and she is checking everything off the list. That being said, I've been really impressed with Isabeau this week in practice. She's just such a reliable skater. I mean, you look at that, it's an easy triple loop. Her jumps just look so easy.
You know, Ashley, Isabeau really kind of dances to the beat of her own drum. Here at the championships, I've seen her in practice. At one of the practices, she didn't even do any triple jumps. And, you know, she has, I'm really impressed with her, and I'm really curious to see what she's going to pull out tonight.
I'm also curious about the spins. She made huge mistakes on the spins yesterday. I was a little bit surprised that they didn't affect her more negatively. That being said, she's a fantastic spinner. I was surprised to see her make those mistakes. Hopefully going into this free skate, we all know there's no room for error. When you are skating against Amber, who is at the best we've ever seen her, Isabeau, it's her title to lose. She has to skate clean, and clean means jumps, clean also means spins.
Yeah, Ashley, this is going to be an amazing last flight. All the medals on the line here in this last warm-up.
And this final group getting off the ice, and we are about to get this last group of women started here in Columbus.
She represents the Washington Figure Skating Club. Please welcome Sarah Everhardt.
This is her debut at the U.S. Championships. After the short program, all we could talk about were her enormous jumps. Beautiful triple-triple, huge triplets. She finds herself in 6th place after the short program. The 17-year-old from Virginia. This is Sarah Everhardt. base value 5.9, getting 7 points.
Sarah really is such an impressive technician. All of her elements are so effortlessly clean. Where she does lack a little bit is just in that performance quality. She still looks a little juniorish, not quite pushing past the boards, but when you are jumping like Sarah does, that really goes far in this event. She is only 3 points away from climbing onto the podium. And when you go out and do a technically commanding program like that on the senior stage, that pays off. We're looking at her tech score right now, 72.12. Not a single element is under review. Every single element has a positive grade of execution for her senior debut.
What an amazing debut. Actually, it was just each jump element was better than the next. Enormous height, beautiful quality. The jumps, they don't get better than that. Those are top level textbook jumps. And you know what? I mean, she's coached by Ilya Malinen's dad and coach. She's in good hands.
She is in great hands. Some would even say 140 plus phenomenal hands.
She could be in those kind of hands. If anything is going to keep her away from 140, it's just that lack of refinement throughout the choreography. You can tell the jumps are totally her focus, which in this case absolutely paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. But this opening double axel, triple toe, watch this reach back. So much control, so much strength in her core to be able to keep the flow. What I think makes her special, her jumps are fantastic, but it's really how they carry across the ice. They are massive jumps. She has nothing but time to get that rotation in. They're so reliable because she has time to put the jumps down with control.
Ashley, this is just textbook technique. When you see her head into this jump right here, this is the triple loop, you just see that she's just right over her landing side, which you want to be. If you're landing on one leg, you want to be right over the leg that you have to land on. It obviously just makes it so much easier. This, the second triple Lutz attempt, just phenomenal. There's absolutely no question of rotation, and that's exactly what you need and want.
Yes. You want to be easy to judge. She was very easy to judge. She needs to work on the second mark. She needs to really work on developing her skating skills, that complexity of movement. But you know what? If you're going to go out onto a national stage, do this. Do this, then you work on the second mark. So total benchmark scores, 185 to 200, pretty good. 200 to 220, great. 220 plus, absolutely phenomenal. This, I would say this was a good to great program.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is her first time here at the U.S. Championships, and what a way to lay it down.
Wow. Scores coming in now. This is going to be a huge score.
It'll be huge.
130.16.
Oh, God. 130.16.
193.36.
And 193.6.
What a debut!
Okay. Absolutely, Sarah. You got my attention.
I mean, she absolutely deserves that. Oh, she's so sweet. Crying in the kiss and cry. Oh, she
All these
absolutely
girls crying, making me
deserves
cry.
that.
Oh, so happy for her. In a fantastic way for Sarah to wrap up her inaugural event here at the Senior Championships.
All-year figure skating club. Let's welcome Josephine Lee.
She had a breakout performance in last year's free skate in San Jose at the National Championships. Last year she had to fight back from a bad short program and ended up in 5th place. This year a much different story. Incredible short program. She finds herself in fifth place right now, training in California. This is Josephine Lee.
Joey has looked so good in practice this week. So calm, so ready. She just needs to go out and do what she is prepared to do.
Gorgeous triple loop to open this free skate. Beautiful triplets.
Next up, she has 3 of the most difficult technical elements, starting off with a triple flip combo. Fantastic. One more jumping pass to go. Perfect.
Wow.
Absolutely perfect.
Ashley, I told you in practice, the way that she was practicing, I knew she would skate like this, and she was just skating this whole program with so much command. This is a moment.
Yes, girl, that's so amazing.
Go, Joey.
Go off, girl, that was amazing.
Two
Standing
clean
ovation from the
programs.
crowd. Two clean programs here at the Senior Championships. That was phenomenal. Skating after Sarah, when she threw down that huge score, that can be really difficult to do. But if you want to climb onto your first national podium, this is how you do it. And Adam, I told you today, I think she is going to get onto this podium here today.
Ashley, I agree with you. I think the competition that Joey has had here this week, she absolutely has done everything she can to be on that podium. She's getting off the wrong door. She was going towards the Zamboni and not her coach.
She has to be so proud of herself. This is a moment, and she created a moment. I am going to remember this program for her because this is going to be her breakthrough performance.
You know, Ashley, this is her breakthrough competition. Last year, she skated a perfect free skate, and that was a breakthrough moment. But this is two clean programs. This is a breakthrough competition.
Oh, absolutely.
This triplettes right here, I know this jump is something that she does not like. But today, you have no idea that it was ever anything she struggled with.
Call me clueless. She did not have a triple-triple combination, so when you look at what she did technically at a base value, it's not as competitive as what Sarah just put out. That being said, she was so much more present and performed more, and these elements were just so clean and secure, and I just thought she was fabulous.
Yes, and you know, Sarah's jumps, very big, very impressive, but Joey's technical content is right up there. And yes, she does still have some refining to do before she really has that final polish and push.
But she has presence.
But she has such stage presence. Joey is a star out there, and the work that she's done with her coaches and her choreographer, her head coach, Amy Evidente. I've been friends with Amy for so long. I know that Amy has been wanting Joey to skate like this, and she's told me that in practice, Josephine has just been laying it down all the time. She's been so nervous.
Oh my gosh, and it was so nice to just see her relax. She relaxed into that program. The second that she finished that final triple flip, you just saw her send it home. This was a huge moment for her. This is going to be a huge score.
138.85.
Wow. Oh my God, 138.85, a massive score. 204.13. That is going to put her into first place, and she is almost onto that podium.
Ashley, that is going to be very hard to beat. I love when she cries. I want to cry. I hate watching these because I'm going to cry from this.
Make me feel something in these kids.
Oh, I'm so happy for her.
The next competitor represents the Skating Club of New York. How about a warm up now for Lindsay Thorngren?
She is currently sitting in fourth place. She's the 2022 World Junior Bronze medalist on the ice now. She's coming into Columbus fresh off of a second place finish at NHK. Has been dealing with some injury though, a little uncertain. Just started jumping a few days prior to this event. Next to the ice, this is Lindsay Thorngren. mistake there on the triple flip, coming out short on the wrong foot.
Actually, this program is so masterfully woven together. I'm so impressed with the choreography she has this season. Making the same mistake she made in the short program on that axel.
It looks like she's just really lost the feeling and the timing of that element. Finishing with a stunning combination spin. You know, Lindsay coming back from an injury, she told us she just started jumping. And to navigate that program the way that she did, that's something that she should really be proud of. When you are coming off of an injury, there's that lack of trust in your body. You can really affect your timing of these elements. You lose trust in these elements. And then on top of that, she really hasn't been able to train normally at the level that she would expect to for the national championships. So today was a huge moment for her.
Yeah, Ashley, you know, my heart goes out to her because she skated today like she really only had 1 week to train for the U.S. championships. A lot of issues with the rotation. It just felt like, you know, she was still nursing that injury. And it just wasn't what we were hoping for Lindsay tonight.
This opening combination, triple Lutz, triple toe, both elements are being called on the quarter, so it affects that grade of execution just really tight. And that can be a little bit of nerves, that can be holding back. This triple sow here, reliable jump for her, so she had no problems there, but this is where trouble really started. This triple flip is going to receive a complete under rotation downgrade, so it's only going to be worth a double flip.
Now this is the mistake that she made in this short program from that same entrance, the double axel, just popping it. She got a single out yesterday, but today not even that. And again, struggling with the rotation. Ashley, when you're coming back from an injury, sometimes you are just hesitant into those elements. But this is what I really want to see. Lindsay is one of the best spinners in this competition.
In the world.
In the world, the positions she hits are absolutely phenomenal. This last position, there's not a girl in this event that can get that kind of speed in that kind of position.
No, I couldn't agree more. I do want to talk about the performance quality, though. As she, becomes more and more of a senior lady, she does not change her face at all. Her face is very stoic throughout the program, but she doesn't look very, very present. It's very one note. Her choreography, stunning. She upgraded, got 2 big girl programs, you see that, but she just doesn't really know how to emote yet, and that's going to come with time, but definitely something that she needs to work on if she wants to really be competitive.
115.65.
So 115.65 for this free skate. And 180.98. She is going to slip down to 4th place, but coming off of an injury, what she put out today is something that she should be proud of.
Yeah, it's a huge step for her just even to be here.
The next competitor represents the Broadmoor Skating Club. A nice welcome now for Clare Starr.
This is her 2nd appearance here at the Senior U.S. National Championships. Last year she was 7th. Her short program yesterday was beautiful, phenomenal, great jumps. The surprise after the short program, finding herself right now in 3rd place. This is Clare Starr. She has no triple-triple planned in this program. So if she wants to overtake Josephine Lee, she's going to need to be clean.
Flying into this opening triple Lutz. She's such a fast skater.
Hanging on to that triple flip. Slight mistake there on that combination. Getting speed into this final jumping pass, triple loop, double toe, and she hangs on. No, Ashley, this program is a clean program, but there are a lot of jumps that will be reviewed by the technical panel.
That was, for Clare, a really good program. Remember, she's currently sitting in 3rd place, and that completely surprised us. She was so solid in the short program, but for her, it's really about the rotations. She has a lot of elements currently under review, so I'm not entirely sure if she's going to be able to keep herself in that current 3rd place spot.
Ashley, if I had to make a prediction, I think that she's going to fall out of 3rd. I don't think that she will go ahead of Josephine Lee. I think that the rotation issues are going to be a problem. And also, you can just tell the way that she connected with the music. I'll say Clare is flying. She's so powerful. But you could just feel that Joey created a moment here at this free skate event. The audience was on their feet. Clare ended her program and the audience is just not totally engaged.
Absolutely, but this opening, I mean, look
flawless.
At the speed and the control. It's one thing to have speed. It's another thing to control that speed. With great power comes great responsibility.
Absolutely.
Look at Clare go.
Yes. You can see right there on the triple flip, starting the triple flip on the wrong edge and still having a little bit of problem with the rotation.
She's going to receive a negative grade of execution there. So watching these scores come in as the elements are under review, if an element is under review, chances are the judges are also not going to be giving it a high grade of execution. So where she's going to miss out is squeezing all of those extra points out
and just these
element.
Little mistakes like that, Ashley, that is just, it doesn't look like a big thing, but it becomes very costly. A mistake
Especially
like that on
this event.
Absolutely, where you don't have any room for error. So a little step up like that, she's going to receive, you know, a negative GOE across the whole element. It's a lot of points left on the table.
Tiny, tiny points add up, and we are going to see that happen here. Not a bad skate for Clare at all. A really great skate for her, and about on par with what we know she is capable of. That being said, a little bit messy here and there, and just not really capturing that momentum that she had in the short program. And I do think that is going to cost her that top 3 finish.
Scores for Clare Starr. Her segment score 120.15.
So 120.15
187.56.
and 187.56. She is currently in 3rd place and most likely will not end up on the podium. But for Clare, an improvement on last year and a great finish here in Columbus.
She represents the Dallas Figure Skating Club. Please welcome Amber Glenn.
This is the moment that Amber has been waiting for, that we have been waiting for. Amber has the opportunity to win a national title tonight. We all know she can do it. She's been absolutely amazing in practice. Phenomenal short program. It's all in her hands. This is Amber Glenn.
Amber opens up with one of the most critical elements in her program, this triple axel. She's been nailing it all week in practice. Easy! Oh my God, perfect! But now She needs to sink into this program and let her training do the work.
One element at a time.
And a very costly mistake there, but opportunity to bring it back. She just needs to control herself. A program that was full of highs and lows. You see her dad standing for her there, and she knows that she left the door open. Starting off this program with arguably one of the best triple axels I have ever seen her complete. And she has some wiggle room technically in this program. That triple axel gave her a 6-point lead in base value, but all that work that she put in was lost with a miss on her triplets combination, which originally would have been worth 13 points. Now she will only be getting 2 points there. So already the work done with that triple axel is out the window. And then that final pop on the flip where she's only going to receive half a point.
Ashley, this skate is, it is so frustrating because the way that she's been training in practice, I'll say it again, she just looked so focused. And there's just something, it's so frustrating to watch somebody who we know has so much ability.
Watch this opening triple axel, the speed, the flow, that drive through of that knee, and she comes out of it just so comfortably and confidently.
This is how she's landed every single triple axel here in practice. I haven't seen her miss it once.
And she has been going element to element throughout her practices, just looking so calm and prepared. And watching the mistakes that she made, it's not from lack of preparation in the slightest.
No, it is all mental. It is so difficult to go out here and nail these programs, but this opening of the program was phenomenal. She had it all in her hands, and I don't know if she wanted it too much, but this is where the issues started. And this wouldn't have been such a big issue if she continued and did the double axels after.
I don't understand why she didn't.
135.48.
A huge score and a lot of pump there. 135.48. That triple axel does the work. 210.46. It's going to be good enough for first place, but is it going to be good enough to get herself onto the top of the podium? With Isabeau skating the way that Isabeau reliably can, I'm not entirely sure. She just opened the door.
I think Amber's left the door wide open. All Isabeau needs to do is just step through.
Let's welcome now Isabeau Levito.
And she is coming into this event as the reigning national champion, looking to defend her title here. The door wide open. Isabeau coming off of a very successful Grand Prix season. She just needs to do what she does best, skate reliably. This is Isabeau Levito. not at all how she wanted that performance to go.
A disaster, Ashley. That was a disaster.
That's not how you want to skate on the national stage when the door is wide open for you to go out and clinch that second national title. And honestly, these last two women, it has felt a little bit like you take the title. No, you take the title. No, you take the title. And
Levito.
that might be harsh, but I also think that really just speaks to the kind of pressure that these athletes are up against. National titles, to defend a national title is one of the most difficult things that you are going to do. But if you are going to accomplish it, you cannot go out and skate like that. There's just not enough room, especially with the base value that Amber has. And Amber made very costly mistakes as well. So I have no idea what is going to happen here. I mean, when you look at the numbers, they were less than a point apart in the short program. And then on top of that, if you're looking at Isabeau's tech score, right now it's at around 62.74.
Ashley, here's the thing. She made a ton of errors, a ton of very costly errors. We're going to see those errors right now in the replay. This is the first jump. She's opened her program with this triple Lutz. You see right here, she reaches back, really tough technique, and just slips out, sits down.
And she didn't look like she was fighting for it. I didn't see that fire from her. She looked so tight, so tense. And of course, she does these. Are easy
yes, she can do these jumps so easily. And really, after that first fall, she really started to pull it together. And I was really thinking, listen, there's no more issues.
The mistake out of the way.
Now, this was really surprising to me. The triple flip is one of her stronger triples.
I did not see this coming. This is a reliable jump for her. She wasn't able to get the jump off and just kind of sat down. But then that alone, -2 points. But this loop cost her an additional 2 points because now she's fallen 3 times. And I don't ever want to call a program a disaster. It feels so harsh, but
it was.
In terms of what Isabeau just went out and did and what she was trying to defend, that was disastrous for what she wanted to accomplish here.
And we know that she's capable of so much more.
But these skates are the ones you learn the most from. I really want to underscore, defending a title is the hardest thing that you are ever going to do, and she is not going to accomplish that here today. There's just no way. She left too many points out on the table.
Well, now it's seeing if she'll still be able to maintain the podium.
125.30.
It's devastating.
That is devastating. 200.68. She is going to fall to 3rd place.
We know that Isabeau is capable of so much more, and it's in these moments, like you said, Ashley, where athletes have to dig deep and they learn so much about themselves. And with the Olympics so close, just a few years away.
And I just want to say also for Amber, that's not how you want to win your first national title. But for her to finally accomplish this, the work that she has put in, the triple axel, that is such a big moment for her. So,
I mean, this is a moment.
It's time. Would I say she went out and grabbed that national title? No. But a national title is a national title, and Amber Glenn is your new women's champion.
Absolutely, Ashley. I hope Amber takes this moment, and this massive amount of pressure that we've and all of everyone has been putting on her, and she can just relax and take a deep breath. She is a national champion now. That's an amazing, a huge accomplishment.
But speaking of huge accomplishments, Josephine Lee, silver medalist after she was the highlight of the night for me.
Absolutely. Josephine Lee was the program of the night.
that, I will never forget that program. That was a fabulous skate for her. Isabeau Levito sitting in 3rd place. It'll be a really interesting conversation for that world team, of course.
Well, Josephine's still not old enough to make that world team, and Isabeau, yeah, at the Grand Prix final, she's absolutely proven herself. But really, for me, another surprise, Sarah Everhardt. She just stepped up, and what an amazing performance for her at her first U.S. Senior National Championships.
The newbies were my favorite at this Nationals.
They were fearless.
Oh, they were fearless, and I appreciate that. I feel like we saw the veterans skate scared, and we saw the new skaters go out and fight, and I want to see it fight. But
Ashley, that triple axel made the difference today. The triple axel is the reason why Amber Glenn is your ladies, excuse me, your women's.
She's a woman.
She's a woman. Your women's U.S. national champion. Absolutely, she absolutely deserves it. The way that she's been trained, the intensity she's been practicing out here, I can just tell the amount of work that she's put in. She deserves this title. It wasn't the skate she was looking for, but she deserves this national title.
Yes, and I mean, she just has put in the work. She's trained. She can go into the World Championships and really deliver and perform, and I'm so thrilled for her. And that is a wrap for us here in Columbus. Stick around for the podium ceremony up next, but until then, Adam and I, we've got other things to do.
We do, like getting some rest before we call all of the events tomorrow here at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio at the 2024 Prevagen U.S. Figure Skating Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Prevagen U.S. Figure Skating Championships Award Ceremony and Presentation of Medals for your women's champions of the United States of America. In 4th place, and winner of the pewter medal, representing the Washington Figure Skating Club, Sarah Everhardt. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal, representing the Skating Club of Southern New Jersey, Isabeau Levito. In second place, and winner of the silver medal, representing the All-Year Figure Skating Club, Josephine Lee. In first place, and winner of the gold medal, representing the Dallas Figure Skating Club, Wren. Medals will now be awarded by the President of U.S. Figure Skating, Mr. Sam Oxier. The women's trophy will now be presented to your champion by 1994 Olympic silver medalist and 1993 U.S. Women's Champion, Nancy Kerrigan. Weighted spins will now be presented by the referee of the Women's Championship, Lori Dunn. Flowers will now be presented to your medalists by the Senior Brand Manager for Amlacton, Heather Cho. Congratulations are now being offered to your champions by the Technical Controller of the Women's Championship, Deputy Deb. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your 2024 Prevagen U.S. Figure Skating Champions of the United States of America. Let's really hear it for them. Sarah Everhardt, Isabeau Levito, Josephine Lee, and Amber Glenn. Don't go away, folks. You know you get to see them one more time, so stay with us.